right, turning now to Arizona, where dramatic body camera video shows the moment when U.S. Marshals falsely arrested a 66-year-old grandmother at gunpoint because they thought that she was someone else. Reporter Jennifer Kolveski with the Scripps News Phoenix has a look at the intense 2-minute video and how this case of mistaken identity happened.
It took the federal government more than 6 months to publicly release this dramatic video.
Hands up! Hands up!
Revealing visuals highlighting a significant error by U.S. Marshals.
Turn around.
And it also proves what 66-year-old Penny McCarthy knew all along.
Ever since this happened, sorry, I am so freaking disappointed in my government. It's not funny.
Turn away from the sound of my voice.
This exclusive new police body camera footage captures the moment 6 U.S. Marshals, armed with rifles, wrongfully arrested Penny outside her Phoenix home.
You have an arrest warrant. Turn away from the sound of my voice. Yes, for you.
Who am I?
Turn away. Turn around. We'll discuss it.
Turn away. You're going to get hit.
The video clearly shows Penny had no idea why federal agents were there or how they could have a warrant for her arrest.
I truly, truly believed I was being kidnapped.
You do want to confirm who I am?
ABC 15 fought for 6 months to obtain these videos through a federal public records request. The first time we're seeing exactly what led to Penny's arrest.
Turn around and face away from me.
And it all happened in less than 2 minutes.
Can you prove you're the
Ma'am, you see that we're the police.
How do I see that?
Ma'am, you're going to get, you turn around and
What was it like watching this video?
It just makes me more angry than before.
Penny's story started with an email. No one believed her until ABC 15 listened to what happened, and we uncovered serious failures by the federal government.
I'd like to know why this person was arrested as Ms. Rozak.
Just days after our investigation aired, and in direct response to our reporting, prosecutors dropped the case against Penny, and the federal government admitted it was wrong. Penny never should have been arrested.
I'm not Carole Anne Rozak. I've never been Carole Anne Rozak.
She was not this woman, Carole Anne Rozak, not the Oklahoma fugitive federal agents thought she was, not the person seen in this mugshot from 20 years ago who was wanted on a parole violation for nonviolent crimes.
What do you see on these videos?
I see abuse of power, period.
This brings us back to the body camera footage and Penny's crucial question.
You do want to confirm who I am?
put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. We'll discuss this later.
Never discussed it later.
Stop moving and stop looking back. Stop looking back!
Can you prove you're the police?
Ma'am, you see that we're the police.
How do I see that?
Ma'am,
I don't know you're anybody.
Turn around again, you're gonna get taped.
This is not my world. This does not happen to me.
If you turn around again, you're gonna get taped. Understand me?
They did nothing but treat me like crap and lie to me.
Despite Penny insisting she could prove who she was, it's not until Penny's in handcuffs U.S. Marshals finally tell her who they think they're arresting.
Carole Rozak. That's not who I am.
Penny McCarthy.
Yes. Yes. But I've never been Carole Rozak. I can prove who I am.
Okay. How would you describe this case?
A textbook example of federal agencies not doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Josh Colstreet is a criminal defense attorney with years of experience as a federal prosecutor for the U.S. Attorney's Office.
This case is concerning because of the manner in which Ms. McCarthy was arrested.
We asked him to review the videos and evidence in Penny's case.
Your reaction?
It is stunning to watch, and it's scary that this can happen in America.
Colstreet believes the videos show Phoenix U.S. Marshals used excessive force.
This was an aggressive arrest, and it's unreasonable on so many levels.
He also calls into question how federal agents made this arrest before fully verifying Penny's identity.
In this case, they didn't do that. We have to hold these agencies and the agents accountable.
The only public accountability we do have regarding the clear disconnect between Penny and Carole comes from this court audio recording a day after she's detained, when the judge also questions why Penny was arrested.
But it is strictly based upon information that they had, Facebook postings that led and some aliases.
Evidence that wasn't sufficient to go forward with a hearing. A full fingerprint analysis would confirm Penny's prints didn't match, proving U.S. Marshals arrested the wrong person.
Yeah.
The U.S. Marshals are above the law, is what it says to me. And the United States government allows that to happen.
You didn't want to confirm who I am?
It's a hell of a system.
We are committed to getting answers for Penny. We asked U.S. Marshals multiple times for their perspective on the video you just watched, but the agency did not respond by our deadline. In a previous statement, the U.S. Marshals said it was conducting a thorough review of the actions taken by Deputy U.S. Marshals, but the federal government has yet to provide an update on that review. We will keep asking questions. I'm investigator Jennifer Kowaleski, ABC 15, Arizona.
All right, let's bring in our guests to discuss. With us, trial attorneys Sue Ann Robinson and Gabrielle Higgins. Ladies, great to see you. Thank you so much for joining me tonight on the program. Sue Ann, I'll begin with you. I know you do a lot of civil rights work. I want to get your thoughts looking at this. Is it, in your opinion, an abuse of power, what we're seeing going on here?
I just think that a very basic tenet of a marshal's job that's effectuating a warrant is to verify identity. Like, that's the minimum baseline requirement. Verify the person's identity. So I think there's absolutely a failure of their duty there. They did not verify her identity.
Gabrielle, I want to get your thoughts. One thing I can say is that this Carole Rozak person, again, she was arrested back in 1999. She served time. They were nonviolent offenses. She never reported to her probation officer. At this point, when they arrest her, or they arrest this woman, their understanding is that Carole Rozak had used a number of aliases. So there's that issue. But I want to get your thoughts on what you saw on tape.
I think regardless, the question is, was this reasonable? Was it reasonable to approach this woman guns drawn without verifying her identity? And the answer is unequivocally no. That was not a reasonable approach. And behavior like this, especially when we're able to see what happened, it shakes not only the faith of this elderly woman, but the faith of the country in the system, right? This could happen to anyone. It's very dangerous.
Quickly, I want to push back a little bit and play devil's advocate here, because as a marshal on the street, again, your job is to effectuate an arrest, right? And verify identity. But at the end of the day, how do you know in the street, Sue Ann, that the identity she's showing you could be a fake ID? How are you going to litigate that in the street? Also, if you're going to effectuate an arrest, take away someone's liberty, how do you know what their reaction's going to be? I don't care if it's a 66-year-old grandmother or a 25-year-old young kid or a teenager. Your approach has to be safety first. So I think there were problems along the line that led to them arresting her, but their actions in the street, I'm not sure I have that much of a problem with it.
Michael, I agree with you. They do have a duty to make sure that they're safe. I think the issue is when you look at the video and you do see a 66-year-old woman, you see that there's no threat. She's not armed. She's not making threatening gestures. There is not a concern for their safety. Therefore, there isn't a reason to approach her aggressively with guns drawn and use such aggressive force to take her down. It's one thing if she was inside of the house, barricaded inside of the house, and they have a concern because they can't see her hands. There's a safety concern because they don't know if she's armed. They can see that the woman is not a threat. And quite frankly, and I say this all the time on my own cases dealing with excessive force, if an officer is feeling threatened by an unarmed 66-year-old woman, then they should perhaps not be in law enforcement. Oh. And that's really what the issue is.